to the doctor today, and for anybody else, a basic checkup would be just that, basic and a checkup. But Donald Trump has pudding pouring out of his ears, and to steal a turn of phrase from our friends at the I've Had It podcast, yeah, Cankles McTaco Tits, physically not looking too great. And so Donald Trump's trip to the doctor was a big deal. It made lots of news, especially after Carolyn Levitt shared a little secret about Donald Trump that just went public, not only exposing the cover-up of his health, but some of the biggest hypocrisy we have ever seen out of this administration. It is shocking. It has MAGA in a tizzy, and we are going to get into it all and call it all out. But before we do, if I could quickly ask you to leave a like on this video, and if you haven't already and you enjoy our channel, to hit that subscribe button because it goes a long way in supporting our work. Now, before we get into this shocking news to come out of Donald Trump's very disturbing visit, I want to start with the context of this trip and the news that was made around it before we get to this very shocking piece of information. That breakdown comes from Chris Hayes.
Donald Trump is the oldest man to ever be sworn in as president of the United States. Yes, he is older than Joe Biden was when he assumed office. And one thing we know about the presidency is that it ages people, right? I mean, you can see in the comparisons of presidents when they took office versus when they left office. And it's more than just the passage of time. They're dealing with the stress of running the most powerful country on earth. That struggle was on full display with the last president, Joe Biden, who was at the time the oldest person ever elected. And Biden was ultimately forced to drop out of his reelection bid as a result. And then the country just turned around and elected a man who, again, broke the record for the oldest person to become president. And 9 months in, I gotta say, the guy doesn't look great. He's got a reoccurring bruise on his hand. He's constantly trying to cover up with makeup. He's got severely swollen ankles, which the White House attributes to a very common condition among senior citizens. But it's more than that. Mentally, the guy seems off. He's constantly drifting off during meetings, unable to properly understand questions from reporters, rambling even more than he did during his first term. And that problem is compounded by the fact the administration is among the least transparent we've ever seen. Just take a look at this official White House announcement about the president's schedule just today. Quote, on Friday morning, President Trump will visit Walter Reed Medical Center for a planned meeting and remarks with the troops. While there, President Trump will stop by for his routine yearly checkup. He will then return to the White House. President Trump is considering going to the Middle East shortly thereafter. Wait, what was that part sandwiched in the middle there? Oh, the president's going to talk to the troops at Walter Reed and, hey, while you're there, might as well pop in for the yearly checkup. But here's the thing, Donald Trump already had his annual checkup. It was in April. Here's the official White House readout from that visit, the one where they said he's 6'2" and 224 pounds, which is, by the way, the same height and weight as Patrick Mahomes. But if you're concerned about the president needing 2 physicals in 1 year, have no fear. Trump says he's doing just fine.
I think I'm in great shape, but I'll let you know. But I have no difficulty thus far. Is there wood around here? I'll knock on. No difficulty. Physically, I feel very good. Mentally, I feel very good. You know, I did about 6, 7 months ago. I do physicals. I like to, when I'm around, I like to check. I also did a cognitive exam, which is always very risky because if I didn't do well, you'd be the first to be blaring it. And I had a perfect score. And one of the doctors said he's almost never seen a perfect score. I had a perfect score. I got the highest score. And that made me feel good.
Trump didn't let us know, though. He didn't take questions as he shuffled in or out of Walter Reed today. I do kind of wonder why. Maybe he didn't get a perfect score this time?
So Donald Trump had himself a checkup, but it wasn't a checkup because it wasn't annual, it wasn't semi-annual, it was kind of out of the blue. And as Chris Hayes mentioned, it was nicely slotted in with a visit to the troops, as to say, oh, we're just here, it's along the way, why not stop? It's convenient. But not really. It was planned, it was specific. They've been covering up Donald Trump's health, but now they have to take a look, and with so much going on, Donald Trump bleating about China and tariffs, trying to distract you with a government shutdown, perfect opportunity for the mainstream media not to be paying attention. But as much as this administration wants to hide, there are certain things that they can. And so Carolyn Levitt had to give us the details at what happened at Donald Trump's checkup and what type of procedures he underwent, what medication he was given. And while there's been so much talk of vaccines and Tylenol, it's a little bit surprising that Donald Trump got a bit of his literal own medicine. A piece of the report on Donald Trump's visit reads as such: in preparation for upcoming international travel, Donald Trump also received preventative health screenings and immunizations, including annual influenza and updated COVID-19 booster vaccinations. Donald Trump got a COVID vaccine. The same COVID vaccines that RFK Jr. says are too dangerous to even have on shelves, that people who are immunocompromised are struggling to get. Donald Trump got that very vaccine. What is more emblematic of this administration than the rich and powerful taking away the things that keep you safe, the things that keep you alive, the bare necessities of existing in the wealthiest country in the world, where our scientific achievements funded by grants from the federal government to universities that Donald Trump is attacking on a phony lie are being stripped away. Those medical breakthroughs then used to keep us well, so we can live lives of dignity, that we can enjoy time with our family, that we can have the freedom to create and engage in community. Those very things are either being stolen, are having their prices skyrocket, all while the wealthiest among us can really pick and choose. If you are an anti-vax, crazed conspiracy lunatic, and you are wealthy, honestly, your kid will probably get vaccinated. But if they don't and they need medical care, you can just pay for it. If you are someone who does not come from means, if you are lower or middle class, and you listen to RFK Jr., how are you going to be able to afford medical bills? How are you going to be able to afford your insurance premiums? How are you going to be able to afford any of it? And if you do get your child vaccinated, but RFK has pushed his crazy bullshit so far that we do not have herd immunity, and someone in your child's class has chickenpox, measles, any other treatable illness, and they contract it, and you can't afford to pay for it, Donald Trump doesn't give a fuck because he's already vaxxed, and he's going to lie to you about it. These people lie to you and then take and take and take. This is so fucking emblematic of these sickos and freaks in the White House who say that they'll release the Epstein list all while they're fucking partying on probably another island, doing disgusting atrocities. All that they know will be covered up once again. And they say, give us your vote. Give us your vote because we'll expose the people who are really us, and then they don't. Give us your vote. We'll stop the vaccines for you, but I'm making sure my health is protected. I'm fat fuck Donald Trump. That is what this administration is. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. They steal from you, and they enjoy their plentiful bounty of corruption, of grift, and of a lack of accountability for their criminal actions. And it fucking pisses me off that RFK Jr. will see kids sick and dying to make a buck, because that's what this is about, by the way. If he really gave a damn, he would have fucking smacked the syringe out of whatever doctor was pumping Donald Trump full of COVID-19 vaccines that, by the way, his administration got done. Yet MAGA doesn't acknowledge that. Project Warp Speed, that was under Trump. So if you have a problem with it, maybe stop just shooting up horse tranquilizer and process information that maybe science is a good thing. And maybe the pedophile president wasn't going to expose himself as such. Think for a second, MAGA. These people are awful. They are awful. They are greedy. They are hypocrites. They disgust me. They want to hoard their bounty that they stole from you and then say it's the immigrants. Donald Trump is a wannabe dictator. Donald Trump is a wannabe king. I'm really pissed right now. But we have an opportunity to be pissed together in community, and that's something that should make you happy. And our good friend Chris Hayes, who we started the show with, talked about that in a clip right here.
There is a very large peaceful protest that is planned for October 18th. By the way, I don't think the Democrats have any relationship to whether they're holding the government hostage over it. It's completely one has nothing to do with the other. That protest is not going to just be in Washington, but it's going to be in thousands of communities across the country. Now, I'm going to tell you something. It's not called a Hate America protest. They couldn't actually say the name of the protest because it would be so obviously American in its name. It is the No Kings protest. No Kings being a value, I think, that unites all of us as Americans. Republicans are trying to paint this as some kind of reverse January 6th plot by leftist terrorists. But it's a lie. It's a despicable lie, honestly, and a dangerous one, because there was already a No Kings protest earlier this year. Remember? We both lived through it. It's not that long ago. You might have even been there if you're listening to this right now. I covered it live at this desk, along with the other estimated 5 million Americans who were there, of every background and age, and they marched, and they danced, and they sang, and they carried signs, some of them snarky, some of them quite funny, all across the country, in more than 2,000 cities and towns. It was held on June 14th, Flag Day. It even outdrew Donald Trump's birthday parade of army tanks that same day. Remember that? So, when all those MAGA Republicans went out in advance of the protest to try to criminalize protected political activity, the organizers of the upcoming No Kings rally responded, quote, "After a few moments of laughter, the No Kings coalition issued the following statement. Speaker Johnson is running out of excuses for keeping the government shut down. Instead of reopening the government, preserving affordable health care, or lowering costs for working families, he's attacking millions of Americans who are peacefully coming together to say that America belongs to its people, not to kings."
October 18th. No Kings, baby. And I can tell you something, because I have friends who are working on organizing these protests around the country. Do you know what they're telling me? Biggest one yet. I hope you were at a No Kings protest. I went to a No Kings protest. That was back when I was at home in Orlando. It was big. It was fantastic. I loved it. It got me fired up. This one's going to be bigger. Go be out with community. Go be out with people who share the same passion and fight as you. Be like, hey, do you watch the show? You don't have to say that. I always see signs where it's like Midas Touch sent me, and I'm like, gosh, that's awesome, but I'm a little jealous. I love Brett, Ben, Jordy, but I'm like, I'd love a Jack sign. It's not what it's about. It's not. Doesn't mean you can't make one. But go be out in community. Have a little love, folks. I hope you do. I hope to see you out there in Washington. We're going to keep on fighting. If you want to support that on this show, as always, you can hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video. If you stuck around to the end, drop a blue heart in the comments. And if you want to support the show in another way, you can become a subscriber to my Substack. And if you want to watch me debate some MAGA idiots, click right there. Keep on fighting. Don't let them silence you. And until next time, I'll see you soon.